The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson is the most honest book that I've read. This is real talk. In our society, there are winners and losers, and some of it is not fair. That said, people forget about being grateful for what they have. Hence, in this review, I'm going to share with you my favorite principles in this book, so you can live a happier life. The first principle is called the value of suffering. This principle is about the fact that some of the most meaningful and joyful things that we will ever do involves pain, struggle, and many different negative emotions. For instance, it requires a lot of planning and running in order to complete a marathon. You have to almost run daily, and every time you run, you should push yourself, so you'll be eventually capable of running something similar to a marathon. Meanwhile, your diet should be on point. Forget about eating candy or other sweets that makes you happy in the moment. Replace it with vegetables, proteins, and healthy carbs. As you can see, all of this makes the experience of training towards a marathon stressful and tough. Unfortunately, many people quit because of the struggles. However, in this case, you must remember that when we have achieved a goal and look back on the journey towards it, we're so happy that we kept on going even though it sucked occasionally. In the end, the suffering was worth it due to the feeling of achieving something huge feels so much better than eating a candy bar or receiving a gift. So, acknowledge the value of suffering. You can't achieve something big without it. Consequently, embrace the suffering. Anyway, another principle is named Failure is the Way Forward by the author. In today's world, there is a big misconception of the act of failing. People believe that failing is equal to hitting rock bottom. But that is simply not true. Like the author addresses, if every project I started failed, if every post I wrote went unread, I'd only be back exactly where I started. So why not try? Actually, if you end up failing, you will probably also gain some experience and knowledge that can make it more likely for you to succeed next time. Consequently, failing is a must to improve, so you shouldn't see it as a bad thing. The reason why not many people see failing as something positive is because of the education system that we all have been through. Here we get awarded for not making any mistakes and get punished for making mistakes. At some point, this makes us afraid of failing and therefore, we avoid it. Then again, how did we learn to walk when we were young children? Most children couldn't take one step the first time they stood up. They failed, but that didn't make them say, "Oh, I guess walking just isn't for me, I'm not good at it." Instead, they went back up on their feet and tried again. Again, and again, 100 times. Until they eventually succeeded. In conclusion, don't be afraid of failing. See it as a necessary step towards your goals. When you then fail, learn from it and use it to get a step closer to what you want. When that is said, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully, the principles can help you to embrace the suffering and realize that the concept of failing is misunderstood. Anyway, see you next time.